Good afternoon, it's Ben Buffon here again, and welcome to team reviews on Champions Cup Season 20 playoffs. Obviously the ladder finished today. It was just finished about almost 2 hours ago now, and I've sent all the tickets out to the 32 hopefuls who have the dreams of following Benico Skaven, last year's winner, in getting the glorious championship gold and the €500 what goes with it. This season's player previews I've decided to do a bit differently. I'm going to do 32 videos, so each coach and team will have their own video. I'm doing it this way so hopefully I can talk about every team in detail, and I'm going to just basically review myself instead of bringing other people in. So I'm hoping to give each of the 32 teams, regardless of where they finished or what race they are, plenty of love if I can. So, as you can see, all tickets gone out. 4 teams have already, accepted a ticket, including my own. So I'm going to start off on this review with Blood. That's Shod's team, a former Blood Bowl champion. I do believe with Dwarfs he won it with. So let's get on to it and let's have a look at the team. So his team value is racking up at 2020, but obviously I must stress he is carrying 50k blood. So he's 1970, but he does have a skill to pick as well. So he's going to be clocking 1990 at the very least, you would think, unless he keeps the blow. I don't know. He's got 3 team rerolls, 1 apothecary, 13 fan factor. He's got the security gate, what a lot of bash teams like. Pixels Will Bleed is the stadium name. Very good record, 26 wins, 10 draws, 7 losses. Very, very good indeed. He had a really interesting tussle with Better Late Than Never a lot. And they both had a go at each other. He beat Mato Palo, who is another playoff team. So basically, let's have a look. He's played Better Late Than Never, who's in the playoffs. He's beaten Mato Palo, who's in the playoffs. He's beaten Lobos, who's in the playoffs. He's beaten Hateful Dead, who's in the playoffs. He's beaten UC Menza Baranzan, who are in the playoffs. And this is just off the first page. So, Shod has beaten a lot of the big guns who made the playoffs. MVP Pig Horrors beat them. They're in the playoffs. Heartender beat them. They're in the playoffs. So, this guy has got a really good record against a lot of the playoff teams. At the end of the day, it should give you a bit of confidence, but let's be honest, it don't matter what happened in the ladder. It's all about the playoffs. You have one bad game and you're basically out, aren't you? So, but that if I'm Shod, I'm pretty happy the way my team is. I've played against a lot of these teams and beat them. Although I think better. Let's just have a quick look. Better Late Than Never. Did he actually? See, he beat Shot there. So it all depends on the day. Look, he beat him twice there as well. So it's you've just got to perform on the day, haven't you? Now looking at the team, right? Okay, every team I've picked out a key man or key person, what you want to call it, and the guy I've split between the two, between number 5 and number 6. Because obviously movement 7, strength 4, he's going to be doing the ball handling. But in the end, I went for number 5, Pathetic. He is my key man for the team. He's strength 4, so he's blitzing strength 5. So that is really good. And obviously Shod's got some guard, so he can even go monster hunting, like Crocs hunting, troll hunting, whatever. So he's got his +1 strength, he's got his block, he's got make blow, he's got his claw, he's got piling on. Sorry. And when I've seen, obviously I watch a lot of games as well. And I've watched quite a few of Shod's games, and this guy has really made a difference. He really is their enforcer. They have got other killers in the team, but he gets it done, and he is, decently mobile with movement 6. So, if you're into playing against Shod, this guy you've got to take out. If you take this guy out, that would give you a huge advantage, obviously. Obviously, he's not going to get another level up, so this is it. This is how we'll go in, and he's one of the driving forces why this team has done so well for Shod. He does obviously have other killers. I mean, Silent Thunder. He could get Claw if Shod draws a heavy armor team early doors, I would have thought. He's got 4 guard, what's nice. Stanfairm on the Beastman. Interesting choice. I'm not exactly sure I would have gone with that, but, you know, it is what it is. Bannon with Wrestle, and like I say, he's got the 2 plays on the bench. So basically, all this riffraff here, they'll be on the LOS, won't they? So that's what they're there for. He's got plenty of money in the bank, so that's all good. And yeah, I mean, the pros and cons for me. The pros are obviously Shod is a former champion. He seems to do extremely well in the playoffs. A bit like me, really. I think me and him seem to do a lot better. I think our play style, or my play style, definitely a lot different in the ladder than it is when I come to the playoffs. And Shod very good in the playoffs. Unfortunately, last season, obviously, I beat him in the first round, but it's more to the Kaz dice than anything else there. But this team looks really, really good. The other pros, apart from obviously, coached by a former champion, a very good coach. There's plenty of firepower because obviously, like I said, he's got the killer, and then he's got another killer, and then he's potentially got another killer in South London if he wants to go down that route. So he's got plenty of firepower. What will cause problems. Now, here's the cons. Here's the bad things about this team. Not much tackle. Only 2 tackle. I've only got 2 tackle. He's only got 2 tackle. So he's going to be in serious trouble if he comes up against some of these really high-flying teams. And 1970 or 1990, for what he's got, I think that's a very high TV. I don't know, it's obviously he's got 2 strengths up, so they're like 100 there, isn't it? And it's just like 30 for extra movement, so there's 130 there in just that. KSRO was high TV because it come with no skills, so I suppose I shouldn't be too surprised. But I just thought that just looks a bit high. But it won't matter though if he keeps killing stuff. And yeah, I mean, ironically, good matchups and bad matchups for this team. Well, here's one who's just obviously accepted his ticket. This would be a nightmare match for most people, but even so for the Chaos. I mean, the Chaos would have a serious problem trying to stop this team. Although they have been banged up a bit. AV6 there and AV6 there. But obviously, Projecki won with Wood Elves, and I haven't seen a better coach play Wood Elves than Projecki on the PS4. But we'll talk about his team later on. But that would be a bit of a disaster matchup for Shod. I tell you one team who I think would be a really good matchup for Shod would be Shagrath's Dwarfs. I think if Shod gets these Dwarfs, he would love it. I mean, look at this. Yeah, they do have the movement 7 Blitzer, but that's nothing, is it? A nice strength 4 Blodge Blodge Strip Ball Runner. But again, he's got the guard, but obviously Shod has 4 guard as it is. Not much firepower, especially with this Troll Slayer out. I think Shod would love to play this game, would play against this team. Yeah, it is a great coach in Shagrath, and that you'd have to be concerned about. It could get a death roll, it could get a wizard, but wizards and dwarfs don't. You're not too worried about it when dwarfs have wizards. Famous last saying there for me. But yeah, I think this would be a really good matchup for Shod. A really bad matchup for Shod would obviously be Hippie. Another bad matchup for him would be Swag City Tag Team as well. I mean, 2000, and obviously Jess plays them very well. This would be disastrous. Anything really what's got a bit of speed, blodge, is going to be a problem for him. Obviously, teams like I Want My Mummy, Bless and Freeman. Again, another team you really would like to see. I think Shod would love to play a team like this. Yeah, they got the 4 guard, but again, they're at the mercy of Shod, aren't they? But yeah, I think unless he's unlucky and bumps into maybe a Projecki or a Service Jest, someone, or even Fight Talkers 3 movement 10 gut runners, I think Shod will go really close. Obviously, last season he wasn't really like me. We both sort of had a season off. We were putting some little crappy teams, and he's come back this season and he's really, gone for it. He had a really good Necro team. What is really impressive. but he decided to go with this team instead. I think it's because he loves his chaos and he just loves to kill stuff. And I certainly can see this team going extremely far. I personally wouldn't want to play it, but I'll tell you one thing, and this could be quite a surprise. I'd rather play this team than his Necro, because his Necro team, they were just awesome. But that's just because I'm Nurgle. If I was something else, maybe not. But yeah, I think Sean will do really, really well. He's a good mate of mine, a really good friend. I hope he does very well. Will he get the Bernie's tip? Who knows? We'll see on another show. Anyway, that's my review for Shod and the Chaos. Congratulations for making the playoffs, and good luck in them.